How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Car Dealer's Diary channel. Now, if you haven't joined us before, in this channel we take a look at more behind the scenes stuff of me growing my little car dealership from working at the house up until having two big units and trying to grow into a big proper car dealership. We've started our journey about a year ago, but now we're going proper full time. We're going for it, and we've been buying in loads of stock. And if you've seen the last video, you'll have seen that I was up at Northern Salvage auction. We were having a look at three different cars. There was the Skoda... what was that again? There was the Skoda Fabia Scout, which was a bit higher mileage, 106,000, which is more than what I tend to look for. But looking at other people's channels, I've been watching a few other channels recently just to see what they're doing, and I noticed that High Peak Autos isn't shy of buying cars over 100,000. He just bought a Focus that was 122,000. So maybe I should have bid a bit more on that. So yeah, well, I've probably just given it away, but that's one of the ones we didn't win. But anyway, I really like that, and we put a couple of bids on that. There was the Peugeot 107 that had a wee tiny bump in the front, just over 100,000 miles, but I really liked it because it was an Allure model and it had the leather and the Alcantara seats, and it was a pretty smart little thing. And then of course there was the Citroen Cactus, the C4 Cactus, which was absolutely beautiful car, nothing wrong with it. It just had a little bump in the back, needed a crash bar, bumper, possibly a tailgate, and yeah, we decided, oh, and the i10, there was also a Hyundai i10. I didn't view that one because like we pretty much cut our teeth on i10s. We do them all the time. We know everything about them. So we were happy just to go ahead and chuck a few bids at that. But now the auction's finished. You guys are probably desperate to find out what we won. We actually only won one out of the four, and I'll go and bring it in now. Right guys, here we go. It's a little Peugeot 107, and at the time this wasn't the one I really wanted, but now that we've got it, I think it's actually going to be a perfect little retail car. We did get carried away, so we've actually I've got Charlie back helping me. If you guys didn't watch our main channel Home Built was started with me and my son, and when did he leave? A few months ago, to do a bit of his own thing for a wee while. He's actually joining the army, but he's back helping me for a wee while. He's out there cleaning a retail car now. But when we got this back, we kind of got overexcited, went a bit ham and started ripping everything off. So if you remember back on the last video, right, the main damage on this car was the bumper and the dented in wing. I managed to pull this out enough to drive it, and I took the inner mudguard home. I'm talking a load of crap today. I took the inner mudguard out so that it wasn't rubbing on anything, and I actually drove this home for the salvage market, and it drove perfectly. It's a great little car. It doesn't knock, it doesn't bang, the brakes are perfect, it's got really good tyres on it, and it just drives really nice. I've got a 42,000 mile one over there, and I swear this drives better. So I'm really happy with it. But like I said, we kind of stripped it all and then realised I probably should do a video on this. So we quickly threw it back together. We've not even put the scuttle panel and stuff back on. And yeah, so it's a very simple fix. And we should be able to do it in no time at all. Just like I said in the last video, this is the Allure model. It is 106,000 miles, but it's not even that worn. Pedals aren't that worn. The seats aren't that worn. I expected it to have some rips and tears with that kind of mileage on it, but no, the half leather, half velour seats are absolutely perfect. There's no really any, these are famous for breaking on these. No, perfect, absolutely perfect. It is a little 5-door one, and I swear, like I said in the last video, I swear they just put a hinge on the quarter panel. But these are great for young couples, young families. You can still get kids in and at the back dead easy. There's Charlie sneaked in there. If you haven't met Charlie, this is my son Charlie. You saying hello? Tailgates. You what?
I've never had such an awkward awkward interaction with a camera before.
It's because you've been out of it for a while.
I know, I'm not used to it.
You'll get used to it. So yeah, going to the back, parcel shelf still here. Nobody stole it, which is brilliant. Lock and wheel key and everything's here. Spare tyre, jack, everything present and correct. No damage at the back. So, being the little 107 Allure, it's got front and rear parking sensors, which aren't working at the moment, so I'm going to have a look into that. I've got a funny feeling it's something to do with the wiring at the back here, so I think even as standard, these came with like an aftermarket setup, and these are fairly straightforward to get. So it has been unplugged. It looks like there's a bit of corrosion on the terminals, so I think we might need to get a new kit for that, but that'll be easy enough. Coming down this side, there's a wee scuff on the bumper here. That's going to need a bit of paint work, so we'll get that done. And there's a wee tiny ding on the door here. We're going to need to pull that out, but I've got a paintless dent repair kit coming for that. I actually got a new pin for this when I was down at Burnham's Auto Salvage the other day, so we can get that sorted too. This side's actually no bad at all. Another wee scuff in the bumper. So yeah, it is going to need a little bit of paint work, but other than that, I think it's okay. I think it's a great wee car, and I'm actually going to, because of what we bought it for, I'll be able to do it a little bit cheaper than what I normally would. So we'll get on to the figures and what I've spent on the car later. First things first, I want to try and make it look at least whole again. As you can see, we've already ripped this wing off. The reason for that is, while I was at Burnham's, I grabbed a second-hand wing. It was actually dark grey, so what we've done is we had some silver lying about, so we quickly scuffed it, nearly dropped it. There's the original colour there, bit of dark grey. So yeah, we quickly scuffed it up, painted it silver, threw some lacquer on it. I know it's not the right silver, but what I like to do when I'm doing stuff like this is get it on the car. So if I get all the inner checks and everything done, I can mount the wing, then we can scuff it back down. When we do the repair on the bumper, we can blend the paint onto the bumper, paint the wing, and get a really nice colour match, and it makes it so much easier. So let's get started on that. Let's throw it in a quick time lapse, enjoy the music. I'll quickly pull this apart again because I've already had it off and it's only held together with 2 bolts, so it won't take me long at all. Right, there we go. As you've seen for the time lapse, we've got the new silver wing on, which isn't too bad a colour match for just having the silver paint that was lying about. But the whole purpose of this is all the edges are now silver. So when it comes to painting the bumper, which you also seen me repair in the time lapse, we can blend onto the bumper and make it a nice smooth transition, all the same colour, and hopefully get a really good colour match. We'll also fix this little dent here when we're doing the final bodywork. But as you know, with any car that you get for the salvage market, you have to wait for the logbook. So we've sent away for that. This has now joined the queue to get the paintwork done on it, because we've got a few cars here that have already got logbooks that need paint before this, so we're going to get them done first. I'll come inside the little Peugeot out of the rain just to finish off this video. This is going to get painted in the next week or so, hopefully. There is a couple of cars in front of it which we've got logbooks for that need to be up for sale just now, so they need to be done first. You're going to see them in videos next. I've got a good few videos lined up, so loads of content to come and loads of fresh stock that you've not seen yet, like we've got loads in. So we'll wrap up this video with the numbers on this little Peugeot so far. So I've got my invoice here from Northern Salvage Auction. So the hammer dropped at £300, so including the fees and the VAT and everything else, it was £560 and 40 pence out the door. I've spent, I get a really good deal on the wings. I spent £40 on the second hand wing, and if you go on eBay, wings are like £100, over £100. So massive thanks to the guys at Burnham for looking after me there on the prices. It really does help when you're doing cars like this. The bumper I've repaired, so that'll be fine, that just needs paintwork. And yeah, so far that's all we've spent on it. So we're into it for about £600. And I've been using this new app called Allure Valuations. It's from HPI. I don't know how accurate it is. I've also sort of had a look on Auto Trader and got a rough guide price for this little Peugeot. So I've put the mileage in, 106. Trade-in value 1200 or less. Forecourt, they're valuing it at 2260, 2430, which I think might be a little bit rich. We'll be taking a little bit off for the fact that it's a Cat N. Private sale 1850 to 2 grand. I think realistically we're going to be looking in sort of this region for selling this car. So I think by the time we've finished the paintwork, by the time we've done a few other wee bits, I'll service it, I'll do an oil and filter on it, we'll put a 12-month MOT on it. I think we're going to be in the region of around about £1,800 to sell this, which should give us a pre-tax profit of hopefully £1,000-ish, which would be great, absolutely brilliant. But anything above £800 at the moment I think's okay. I know some dealers like a bit more because obviously consumer rights, you're on the hook for 6 months. We'll obviously put a warranty on this as well, but I'm very, very confident in the level of prep that I do my cars, and so far I've not had any come back. I've had one come back under warranty, but we knew it was coming back for a clutch because he was a new driver, so I knew that was going to happen anyway. But that's the only one that's ever came back, so I'm 100% confident in my prep. If anything is going to go wrong, it's not something expected, and I've got the beauty of being able to do the work myself, so I don't need the £1,500 margin or the £2,000 margin that some dealers need because they farm the work out to other people. I'm able to take a little bit less and do it myself, so hopefully we'll still earn some money on this little car, and it allows me to buy them in cheap this way because I don't have a massive budget at the minute. So this is the best way to do it for now, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, that's it for the little 106 now. We've got loads more in stock. I'm trying to watch my camera angles here because I've got stuff lying everywhere that I don't want you to see yet. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as you did the last one. It's great to see everybody hitting the subscribe button and sharing the content and liking it, and all the comments coming in have been absolutely brilliant. It's great to get to speak to you guys as well. So hopefully we'll get this wee community growing, and even if there's other car dealers on there, if you want to offer me any advice, I'm more than happy to take advice. As you know, I'm growing this for the ground up, hence the reason we're buying the cheaper cars at the moment and putting a bit of work into them. But to be fair, there is one behind me that doesn't need a lot. It's probably the biggest purchase we've made so far, and you're going to see that very soon. So make sure you stay tuned. Thanks again for all your comments and support, and we'll see you in the next video.